All right, in a previous video about editing a page on the website, I talked about how I would go into more detail on adding images. So I'm going to do that in this video. Now this process is going to be very similar when in a page or a post or event, etc. So you'll be able to use this in many different places. Just to review, I'm going to preview this page. Here's our little draft page with some placeholder text. The featured image always shows up here at the top above the page title, as well as that little thumbnail on any parent pages along with that page excerpt. But now, for example, if you wanted to add another image into this body text here, that's slightly different. So this is what we're going to go over with now. So I'm going to flip back to the edit page screen here, and I have my placeholder text. You can see my featured image over here on the right side, and my excerpt here. I'm going to put my cursor in here, and I'm going to click once where I want to add the image. So I know that I just want to put it underneath in this subtitle, so whatever this subsection is, I want to put an image there. So put my cursor, so it's just blinking there. Now I want to bring your attention to this upload/insert area right above the edit screen. Now there's four little icons here, and 3 of them do pretty much the same thing. For example, now if you hover over them, it'll actually give you the description of what the button does. So the first one is add an image, the second one is add video, and the third one is add media. The fourth one is slightly different. This one is actually adding a form, and I'll go into this one in a later video. But that's like a contact form or a registration form that people would fill out. So I want to add an image. So I'm going to click on this first little icon here, and it brings up my little add an image pop-up, screen here. So now there's a couple different ways to add an image. Now if I haven't uploaded it yet, it's on my computer, this first one will be the one to choose, where you select the file from your computer and upload it. From URL is if it's on another website. Gallery, I'll go into more detail later, but that is when if you're doing like a photo gallery, multiple images on a page, what WordPress tries to guess what you're going to do. So if you upload a bunch of photos when you're on a page, it kind of assumes that you want to do a photo gallery. It's not always the case, but that's what that tab is. And if you hadn't uploaded any photos on that page yet, this button will not be there. And then the fourth one over here is the media library. This one actually shows all the photos that have been uploaded to the site. And so you can filter by date. You can kind of just page through these. You can search through them. So if you if you label your photos correctly, and then you can search through it, then you will, if we have a lot of photos, we're already at 9 pages, so I'm sure this is just going to get longer and longer, so a little bit easier if you've already uploaded the photo. But in this instance, I'm going to use a completely new photo. So I'm going to go over to my computer and select the files. So I'm just going to take this I'll take this one. And I select it. And this is one nice thing about WordPress is if I wanted to take all 4 of these, for example, I can upload multiple ones at a time, but I'm just going to upload one. So I click on that, I hit open. It does its uploading and crunching, and there's my preview of my photo. So now this looks familiar because this is the same screen when you do the featured image. But the difference is instead of using the featured image, we're going to do this insert into post. And then we have to fill out some of this information as well. So the title is, I'm going to just say dancing fruit. I don't know. Are they fruit? Are they vegetable? Whatever. Dancing food. How about that? Sounds good. And now here's a couple options. If I can put a caption underneath it, and then what it's going to do is going to have a nice little centered line of text. So I can say, description. This is more for your own, knowledge. So this is something that's searchable in the back end. This doesn't actually show up on the web page. This link URL is important. Right now it's none. So that's one way of doing this. But if, for example, it was a photo gallery or an image that it was a larger image, this is actually just a very small image. But if there was a larger image and you wanted people to be able to click on the small thumbnail of the image to bring up the larger image, then you would select file URL. Because that means that now when people click on that image, it'll link to the larger or the full size image. So this is good for photo galleries because then you have a bunch of thumbnails and then people can click on them to go to the larger image. So I'll just leave it there as that file URL. But if, for example, I didn't want it to be clickable, I just wanted the image to be there, I can hit none, and that'll not make it a link. Okay? Media tags, this is something also for the back end that's not shown up on the public facing side. So just for your own, especially when we get lots and lots of images and photo galleries, it's a good idea to tag them. So I'm just going to say animated. I can't type and talk. Okay. Next, the alignment. Now this is, you can see these little images here. It kind of illustrates now what is it going to look like. If I float it to the right, that means the text is going to go along the left side and underneath it. Or I can put it to the left side and then the text will float around the right and underneath. Or I can center the image. I'm actually going to go with right. I think that'll look nice. Because this was a small image, I can put the full size. Normally, I'm going to say either do the medium or thumbnail size. Do not do large or full size unless the image is a small one. The reason being is because the medium and thumbnail size I've actually specifically set so that they'll fit within the design and it won't break it. All right. So now I'll put this and I'm going to hit the insert into post. And there it is. So now if I go and I'm going to hit save draft, normally I would hit the publish or update over here, that big blue button, but I'm not ready to make this one public. So I'm just going to save it in the back end here. And then I'm going to go to my preview and refresh that. And see, there's my image. So then this is what I mean by the caption. Notice the text underneath it surrounded by the nice little box. So that is adding an image from your computer. The process is a little bit, now only slightly different if I already have uploaded the photo. I'm still going to go and click on upload insert, but instead I'll go to my media library. And now let's say this is the image I uploaded earlier and I want to add to this page. I click on this show link on the right. And now this looks pretty much exactly like when I uploaded that photo. So now I can go and I can say, okay, so there's the title. I'm just going to copy and paste that. I can add a caption. I'll just the same thing, just for time's sake. I'm going to link this one because this is a larger image. We can see here that the full size is 1,000 pixels wide. So I'm going to still add the small size, but I'm going to link it to the file URL. So that's going to be the full size of that image. And this one I'm going to float to the left. Okay. And okay, I want the medium. Let's see how the medium looks. I might choose thumbnail, but this is what's nice about this is I can go and insert and see how it looks. Okay, Oh, that looks good. Let's save that. Okay. And I'm going to go over here and take a look at that. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, I think the medium size works really well. And now notice if I click on it, it brings up the full size. So that is adding an image to a page and or post.